You're good. Oh.
All right.
Hi,
We are
everyone.
live.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, welcome to Geek Happenings, and this is Patty Jean Robinson and Kim Turney
Hello.
from the great web series Pike and Trident.
Our Pike and Trident. Yay. Hi, Brett. How are
Hi.
you?
Good. So, tell me a little bit about the web series.
Well, it's about these two museum curators. The year is
35.
yes, and we have to work together, but we're not very fond of each
We
other.
don't like each other.
And so we are putting together an exhibit that shows past family life.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you what it is.
Yeah,
because
typical American life, but we get into a bit of a scuffle about the whole thing. We argue, as we are wont to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then she falls onto the time phase panel
Because you pushed me
and shoots all these priceless artifacts
into the past.
into the past.
And not just one place, one time. They scatter.
They scatter.
And
She did that.
you pushed.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay,
then,
that's fine.
yeah, and so our boss, to punish us, make us learn what it's like to work together, tells
Teamwork.
us we have to go get all of those artifacts.
Yes.
And so each episode of the web series is in a different time, period, place,
Right.
and we have to get along.
But our home period, 23,
35.
35, is really interesting because we're kind of looking at sort of a steampunk world
It's
there.
got that aesthetic.
But we don't have cars, and we get from one place to another by jumping, which is kind of like beaming around in Star Trek. You can just beam from one place to another. And then time traveling is done with our hopper. And of course we get the clunky museum hopper to travel in.
Yeah.
So you never see the hopper, but you'll hear it coming.
Yes.
So
So, you guys go actually bring actual people from history into the episodes. So, how was that, researching the different characters and things like
that's a
that?
blast.
It's
Yeah.
fun. The internet makes researching people fun.
Yes.
It started out as, okay, so we're going to write in the Victorian time period. Give me somebody. Oh, and then Kim was like, I love, should we say a name? Can we say? Do you want to say a name?
No, we don't want to say
Okay,
names.
so she would give me
that's
a name.
It's all a little.
She would
you
give
know,
me a name, and then
Yes.
I'd look them up, and then
And-
go, and
and
then
find incredible stuff about these people that aren't in the history books, but they existed and they made huge differences in people's lives and invented things
So
and
really-
discovered things.
really fun to just put them in there so we get to interact with them. And so maybe it's, not Cleopatra, because everybody knows about
Right.
Cleopatra.
Right.
We're going to stay away from her. But
Not George Washington.
no.
We like him, but
But maybe a contemporary of his. Not necessarily that,
Maybe.
but maybe. So we're trying to find those people that you can look up and go, this is a real person, and we have an interaction with them.
yes.
So that's
They have a little more creative license with them than you would the more known people.
Exactly, but we are trying to be as accurate as possible. We have no idea what their personalities were like, so yeah, artistic license.
Yeah,
artistic
there was
license.
there was one character where they were describing this guy as, they gave him all these adjectives, and I went, oh, I can make that work. So I found something for that. But yeah, you don't necessarily know
Mm-mm.
if they had a sense of humor or not, or they did want to fight or cantankerous or.
We did find one guy that we were going to have be a pirate, because in the things we first read,
Right.
it just said, oh, he was a pirate and he attacked California, and we were like, oh, how exciting! That's cool. So we can go down to California Beach and we can meet this pirate. And we wrote the episode and we did a location. We know we were going to shoot this episode. Then we realized that no, he was a pirate to the English. He was not a pirate to Argentina.
No.
He's like one of their national heroes. So we went, okay, no, we're not going to.
It's got to change.
We need to find another pirate. So
Yeah.
of course we did. But we're trying to be real sensitive to all of that and make sure we get all of our details correct before we
Yeah.
go into shooting.
Yeah.
So, I guess you get to use a lot of different costumes and things like that as well. Which is pretty fun.
Yes, that's the most fun. Patty got to play dress up in the last video web series she was doing. And I got jealous because she got to play dress up and sword fight. And so I said, well, I want to do that. And Patty said, well, let's just do that. And I said, okay. So we get to dress up and we get to use all sorts of different weapons. Hopefully to the time period.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. For
Yes.
every episode that's in a different time period, we're going to incorporate that fighting style or weapon that needs to be used when we have to disagree and fight each other or other people. So it's the opportunity to fight with different weapons and styles and get to play dress up with different periods too, which is exciting.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, so I guess, Kim, you're more the sword fighter, you know, the teacher and things like that. So
yes, I've been stage combating, sword fighting, since 1986.
Wow.
So I started very young, and
When I
was 5 and
9.
at 9. Oh well, you know.
Well, then, because that's what it was.
And then I came to Los Angeles, and I met Dan Speaker and Jan Bryant at the Academy of Theatrical Combat, and they have an amazing curriculum. And so I started working with them, and I've done a few movies, and I did some stunt coordinating, and now I'm mostly into teaching and doing curriculum and web series. This is like my 4th. I think it's my 4th web series I've been involved with. And we started early in 1908, 2008.
Back when the web series
Back when web series were still fantasy.
Back when you had to push a camera to make it work.
That's right.
In the snow.
Yeah, uphill, both ways.
We don't get along well with each other.
2008. Yes, we did our first web series, and at the time it was really hard. We thought we had a deal to put them on mobile phones, but then no one had any idea where the technology was going, and so that contract didn't work. But then we kept looking, and now actually there's a way to distribute web series content that you might possibly get some, remuneration from and make money. So we're doing this again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have done a great job in the teaching. I remember one of the first videos I saw Patty Jean in was one from actual fight class, and just seeing the way that she was not then and the way she is now, she's a total difference.
Yeah. Oh, she's good.
Crazy, huh?
She's good. I threw Patty Jean into Sword and Shield this morning.
Yeah.
She hadn't picked it up before, and she was kind of like, oh, and I said, you can do this. And we train the body. We train the body to do all the moves. And so, and then I came at her with a sword, and she had no choice but to defend herself, and she was great.
Thanks. It was more like...
Are you like Kato in the Panther movies?
And
Panther movies, just hide and find different places to hide and jump out at her.
Run!
Attack her.
Yeah. And then, then she and Jan were like, okay, remember, you can hold it here in these positions. And, oh, right. Oh, and I had to do it a couple times, but then she
got it. She was great.
Because they teach so well.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I can fool people now.
So, Kim, do you watch movies and fight scenes and things like that, and find yourself critiquing them all the time, and they can't do that, and
well, there's so much, and the things that people can do with stunts and stunt rigging and green screen, it's amazing. It's amazing what they can do, and if they can do that and give it a little reality. What did we watch yesterday?
Iron Man 3. They hadn't seen Iron Man 3 yet.
Iron Man 3, and where they do the skydive, the massive skydive. That was brilliant. And I hadn't heard about that. And I'm like, stunt people are out there working with visual effects people, working with, there's so many people that we never hear about that are doing incredible work in the film industry. So, yes, I do watch them all the time.
So what are some of your favorite scenes?
Actually, the one, if you look at Pike and Trident right now, there's a shot from Hidden Fortress.
On our Facebook page.
On our Pike and Trident Facebook page.
Which is where again?
Facebook.com/Pike and Trident.
All right, you can find them there.
Yeah, we tried to keep that consistent.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's the scene from Hidden Fortress is Shiro Mifune, he fights with a spear against this one guy, but he manages to fight this whole group of soldiers, and it's amazing. I mean, it's Akira Kurosawa was the director for that, and I love that movie because later in the movie he does a ride. He gets on the back of a horse and he draws a samurai and he stands up in the stirrups and he holds it in ready position, and the horse is galloping and almost to a full run. I'm sure he probably got to a full run. But this actor is standing stock still, totally balanced in the saddle. You know,
that's impressive.
He's incredible. He's incredible. So I do enjoy all that. I do like the Princess Bride fight. We have been studying that.
Looking forward to that.
Yes. Yes, we did. We actually got a little bit of our rehearsal on tape today, so we're hoping to share that with everybody later on.
Excellent.
Yes.
So,
Huh.
all right.
He's got the giggles.
Yeah.
That's okay. Brett's allowed to have the giggles.
Yeah. So you've got the Indiegogo campaign going on.
Yes.
I know that's got to be.
The link is right there. Go to that link, you guys. That's our Indiegogo crowdfunding page.
Yes.
And I know it's been slow going so far, so.
But that's okay. We have enough money to do our first episode.
It's very exciting.
And so we're really happy about that because this is the first time. This is my first Indiegogo campaign, and I'm real big on schedules. And so when Patty and I started doing this, I was like, okay, we're going to do this here, and we're going to have this by here, and everything. And of course, she's brilliantly kept sending me scripts, and so we had our scripts. We knew what we were going to need almost right away. And so it's like, okay, Indiegogo campaign. Well, we're still building our audience. We have a huge fan base to start with already, but we just need to keep getting the word out there more. And we're doing great so far.
It's fun. I think people forget that when you're doing an Indiegogo, no matter how popular or not well known you are, no matter what, it takes a lot to inspire people to spread that word. And I think we're so used to right away, like if you give yourself 50 days like we did and we're going to raise $42,000, we will do it. And then you see how things progress.
Yes.
You go, oh God, we're doing something wrong. And you're not doing anything wrong. And it's fascinating, too, because right now Zachary Levi and Nerd HQ, or the Nerd Machine, are doing their Indiegogo. They want to raise $1 million, which is fascinating. And I did contribute $25. Thank you very much.
Good.
And then that was Zachary Levi.
I know.
Anyway, but these guys are very well known with the Comic-Con world and geeks at large. Everybody loves him and all that he's done. And it's fascinating to see how that's moving. Now, granted, they've raised probably about $200,000 by now, but I think they still expected that to go right away. Like the Veronica Mars phenomenon.
Proportional.
Yeah, Veronica Mars phenomenon just was amazing because that didn't. I have not seen a lot of crowdfunding boom like that overnight. They raised their goal within like 2 days, and like you could watch the page and watch those numbers cycle up, and it's fascinating. You go, they made more.
It's so exciting because when we first launched, it was like all of a sudden, boom, 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 and I was like, oh, we're really going to do this. We're going to do this, and then it slowed down, and that's fine. So, but we're doing one.
Right.
We've got one ready to go.
So yeah, so it's a slower campaign, but we allowed ourselves to learn this.
Right.
And now we have 27 days left.
Yes.
So now it's just time to keep having fun with it and know that we have enough for that first episode no matter what.
Yeah, Indiegogo is campaigns and crowdfunding in general are really fun to be participating in. I mean, you get to be a part of the actual creative process and see the updates and things like that, and get like the autographs things or the CD or whatever. So the perks are really nice to be part of as well on those.
Yeah.
So.
I always like that when you can kick in, you know, like part of you wants to go, well, I want a really good perk, but you just want to know that you did something and your name gets to be part of that. and they'll put the credits, and then you're like, oh, I helped, yay.
Yeah. And you get to see all the crazy sword fighting and punches that you guys get to do along the way. So
yes, we would
definitely
like
a reason to donate.
Yeah, so
we would like to be punching each other and stabbing to death and more.
our
So
incentive videos for everyone is that for every $500 we raise, Kim punches me.
Yeah.
And then for every 1,000 we raise, I stab her, and she dies magnificently.
I would like to change that to every $500 I get to strike you, meaning I could headbutt you or
Okay,
elbow you
that's fair.
or something.
Yeah.
have a
I
bait.
think change that phraseology a little bit.
So-
So on your show with Brett, we're doing that.
You get it first.
Yes.
Good scoop.
Yes.
Yeah, so there will be a hit and then stabbing, and we haven't done that in a while, which makes us sad just because it's fun to do.
Yes.
I
And
know there's
everybody gives us ideas. Oh, you should do this. You should do this. And so we try to incorporate them.
there was a while there where I was like constantly going to the Indiegogo page and going, come on, go up, and it's like staying there. I'm like, come on. So
Totally.
I just tweeted it out and things like that. But I know it's going to be even rougher on you guys, but it'll go.
We just keep going.
It's
We just
fun.
keep going, and we're really enjoying the journey.
Mhm.
So, and I'm getting to meet lots of people that I haven't met, and I get to work with Patty, and she's awesome.
Thanks.
So
I'm learning.
you know so much already.
What I find fun about doing the incentive videos is that it's like it's not just a simple here punch me and here stab you. You have to learn what it's like to shoot that stuff, and that's what I take fight class for. But it's helping me practice all the more. So by the time we get to shoot for the web series, hopefully, I will pick up quicker.
I'll be like,
And
Patty,
how many times has
over there.
Patty
What?
injured you so far?
Say
How
that
many
again?
injuries have you gotten from paging so far? Kim?
Injuries
Yes.
from Patty Jean? None.
No,
Oh,
I'm thinking though, because
I feel like I've run into you, but I don't.
There
hopefully your
was
sword wasn't up.
I don't remember what it was, but we haven't. There has been no actual stabbings yet.
Oh,
No.
that's good.
Yes. Oh, I did fall kind of hard into the wall the other day for that last one. I don't know why. I just into the wall, and
Sometimes it's instead of like somebody hitting you with a sword or something, it's more because you react so well, then you run into something on your own.
yes,
So like learning to fall. The other
we
day,
spend a lot of time learning to fall.
we were doing a basic fight on a shoot that we were helping out on, just on our lunch break, and so I got to die and fall. Great. I learned why there are knee pads and why you fall a certain way because I gave myself a boo-boo.
On her knees, she went boom right into the asphalt,
And
and I'm watching, going, "Oh, that's gonna hurt."
It stung a
At
little
least it's
bit.
her, not you, huh?
It's hard to do these things with safety.
Yes, yes. We get over enthusiastic.
So tell me, I know you guys are bringing in some actors. Tell me who you guys have got signed on so far. I know Julia McElvain's one.
Yes, Julie McElvain is awesome.
We love her.
She's an excellent friend, and she comes over and we have lovely whiskey tasting parties, and so she's going to be playing one of our historical characters. If we can get some more money to shoot the second episode, that's the episode she's going to be key in. And we have our people are students from Fight Class, and we have Ann Westcott, who does a lot of theater in the area, and she's great. And she was just on Grey's Anatomy on Friday.
She got called.
She got called in.
Awesome.
So that's cool. And we also have Olivia Schluter-Corey, who is a fabulous actress. She's a fabulous fighter.
She's amazing.
She's amazing with a sword. It's like you get to that point, as a teacher, when you're watching your student and going, I'm going to have to up my game because she's looking really good. That's Olivia and Anne, both of them.
Both of them.
But Olivia's also a professional costumer and wardrobe woman, and so she's going to be helping us get all these costumes together and making sure they're time accurate and making sure that we don't go on with something unzipped and all that stuff. So she's pretty awesome. We also have Hans Pasricha, who has he's amazing. We have amazing people, and they're our friends, and, yes. And this is why we like doing this. He also has a game design company called Leviathan Interactive.
Yep. I donated to their campaign.
Awesome. Awesome. So, and we work together with him on that. He's been our student for like 6 years, I think he's been with the Academy. And so he'll be playing one of the historical characters in the show.
Eric Hunter.
Eric Hunter. Eric Hunter will be a historical actor and our DP. So,
because he's another one of the, like, everybody in our group is stupidly talented.
Yes.
I can do one thing, which is act. You know, people like out here, they talk about like, what's a triple threat? Can you act? Can you sing? Can you dance? Now it's like, can you do camera work? Can you do costume things?
Yes. Are you a slash?
I'm not a slash.
Yes, you are.
Well, I'm getting there.
You'll be a master of it. Master of the one thing.
Yes. Master of the one thing. I'm the master of one thing.
Learning sword work, and I'm a writer.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So I'm learning.
Her writing is fabulous. Aww. Don't let her tell you otherwise.
Thanks.
But I guess you do have to work on your sandwich getting skills, though.
Yeah. She wrote it all down. That was the only thing. I love you.
You know, when you have friends, they give you a hard time for a reason.
Yes.
Just because I got the sandwich order mostly right and forgot and didn't know that mustard makes Kim vomit, and I have a prop and
TMI.
So she gets it.
TMI.
Don't talk about mustard in front of Kim.
TMI.
That's all. It makes
I feel the same way about mustard, so I feel you.
Good. Oh, kindred spirit.
Yes.
We're bonding.
Yes, I was going to ask you how you were going to train all the actors in the sword fighting, but I guess they're kind of already pretty much trained, so
so
that'll make that easier.
Our process is we'll have rehearsal for the acting. We'll get all the acting in, but we'll have the fights planned out before, and then we'll work on the fights themselves as pieces. Then we put the acting, blocking, all that stuff all together, and then we shoot it.
So tell me about the writing. I'm always interested about the writing process for the web series, because you have to have the big picture, but then you've got to have little 5 or 10 minute blocks that make sense within the big picture. So writing. So I'm sure that's a challenge.
So because I've never really written anything before, and I took it from the perspective of like it was an improv scene. Because, you know, okay, this happens, yes, and so what's the next thing that happens? Oh, then Pike reacts this way, yes, oh, okay, and then I try to remember, like, the basic structure that I help teach kids on what's the conflict, you know, how do you end it, how do you, you know, so improv is saying yes and heightening everything. Where does the conflict come in? Is she blocking me? Does she want to go home? Do I want to go home? Do I want to go flirt with that guy and she's trying to pull me back to work? Does that, and that's also important when you structure a fight anyway. Why are you fighting? Why is this cut more important than that cut? Everything is always heightening to the next level. So I tried to think of how to do that with whatever scenes we were writing, and then I would go, Kim, I'm stuck. What do I do? And then Kim would go, do this. Oh, yes, okay.
That's right, I forgot about that. Oh, check this out. Go read this. See what happens. And
okay.
Then, boom, she'd have a script.
And then I go, do you like it? Yes. Oh, but maybe change that punch to a headbutt. Okay. And then try that. And
collaborative process in action.
And I don't know how to write action. I was like, then something awesome happened.
Yes.
Because I think writers should know that you hire a fight choreographer for a reason.
Yes.
And then you can discuss what moves you like or whatever. So luckily I know I'm in capable hands with people who can choreograph that crap. Because I don't know what I'm doing. But then at the same time, my best friend from back home, Brian Luce, he got really excited about what we were writing. And he is a writer. So he goes, what can I do? And can I write something? Yes. Okay, yes. And I made sure with Kim so we can all write together. And I gave him his parameters, like, okay, we need to find an artifact. This needs to happen in this time period. Go. And so then he wrote. He wrote 2 episodes for us. He wrote action really well.
He did.
Oh my God.
Did. It was great.
It was awesome.
Great. It's like, okay, you can really visualize it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we can do that.
I have no clue. Like, I know fighting has to heighten the story. I just kept it basic. Like,
yes.
You're making me mad. I'm making you mad.
Sword fight ensues.
You know.
Universal signal for sword fight.
Ding, 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 ding.
With me, I'd be drawing little stick figures on them.
Yes.
That's what will happen when we get to the storyboard.
The storyboarding part is going to be fun.
Stick figures.
So
that was the writing process. It was just trying to remember what structure there is, what my friends go through, and treating it as an improv exercise.
Yes.
And that's how I was able to further it.
Getting the ending, keeping the ending moving into the next one, so that we, and even the final episode moves into we have like the second season. We know what we're going to do.
We have ideas, so
awesome.
So we just keep moving forward with it.
It's very exciting.
Yes, because there are so many interesting time periods and people that we can discover and share and explore, and so it's limitless.
How many episodes are you guys looking for the first season?
10.
10?
We wrote 10.
We have 10.
What's also kind of neat is that we had this plan of like, we will do these episodes in this order. And then as we're fundraising and figuring things out, we're like, I think we can change the order so we can get these episodes. Yes. Oh, but if we don't want to do it, we can still do that. Yes. Oh. So I'm glad we wrote that all first so we can plan things out accordingly.
Yes.
So you guys have the time travel theme going, so I'm assuming you're Doctor Who fans, or at least one of you guys is.
Both.
Yes, both. Yes,
all right.
Big Doctor Who fans.
Who's your guys' doctor?
I would say Tennant, and he's my doctor.
I like Tennant. He was my doctor, but I really like Matt Smith.
Yeah, I was really sad to see him go. He was
so we'll have to, we have to see what the next guy's going to be
I'm
like.
sure he's going to be great because he's great in everything else he's in.
And all we know yet is so far. Oh, what is it? Is it kidney? Is that what he does? Kidney.
I don't know.
Oh. Do you know how to fly this thing?
No, I love that they never do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and they say like you never forget your first doctor. Well, Tom Baker was technically my first doctor, but watching that as a kid scared the crap out of me. So he's weird. That's why he's Tom Baker.
He was my first doctor too, but not even technically, definitely my first doctor.
Yeah, and then the reboot, I made sure to watch them all in order. So Eccleston was my first. But I'm used to him being a bad guy, so seeing him be this benevolent, wonderful creature, I was like,
He kind of wasn't though. He could be kind of a jerk. He was kind of the more surly type of a doctor. Yeah.
He was a surly doctor, but now I want to have time to rewatch them all over again. Whenever that'll happen, I don't know, but I'm still trying to catch up to the last half of Matt Smith's season. I'm so behind.
Have you seen up to where Amy and Rory?
Yes. I finally saw
bawled.
that.
We sat here and bawled at the end of that episode. It was devastating.
I finally saw it.
Yeah, they were my favorite. But Rory, every time something happens, it's always him getting killed.
I know.
Like the red shirt of Doctor Who.
Yes.
It's like Rory.
Talking about that, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" Oh,
yeah,
Rory.
Yeah.
I think my favorite companion though is Donna because
I love Donna.
Feisty.
She's great.
And she really grew during the episodes too in the series.
I'm still mad how they ended her storyline. Because I didn't think it was fitting of how much they built her up to be so wonderful and whatever, and then they were, spoiler, people, if you haven't seen Donna's episodes, just stop, move on, or wait. That they erased her memory and then acted like nothing happened, and if she thinks about it again, her mind explodes, like, I find that highly disappointing. Come on, guys. You could have done something. You could have done anything, and that's what you did? Come on.
Well, then there's
Come
Game
on,
of
man.
Thrones where they just kill everybody.
But
Yeah.
that's part of it.
So
Yeah.
we like Game of Thrones too. Blood, gore, beheadings, all that
good
stuff.
stuff.
Plenty of sword fighting.
Plenty of sword fighting.
Oh yeah.
Lots of it.
They do okay.
You like it? You like it?
Those set pieces of that show are amazing. It's just like
Yes. Yes, and the beheadings are my favorite.
Are they?
Yes, it's just there's so much. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've always gotten excited about action scenes and fights, and I'm at the edge of my seat, and I'm like, what would I do if I was in that? And then over the years, I've been learning how to see fight scenes now, to see like, oh, the editor was too fast. I couldn't actually see a punch, But I'm still excited about fight stuff, and then I use you guys as my barometer. Like, did you like the Game of Thrones stuff, or did you like Iron Man 3 fights?
Right.
And then to see them go, yes, and I go, oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, I did. I'm
You're
learning.
fine.
I'm fine.
You're fine. You're good.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah.
No
Just
worries.
like when you have a musician friend, you ask them if they like this band, they're like, no, then I don't like them either.
Yeah. And I silently die inside and then move on.
Yes.
Yeah. I get that.
My wife is watching The Walking Dead from the beginning, and speaking of Game of Thrones, Rick kind of reminds me a lot of Ned Stark, because
He really is a Ned
he
Stark.
takes himself, if he has to do the killing or whatever, he does it himself. He doesn't let anybody else do it. It
Yes.
kind of definitely reminded me of Ned Stark
Yeah, totally.
with the beheadings.
He needs to learn how to relax a little bit. Poor Rick.
Yeah.
You don't watch Walking Dead. And I missed last night's episode.
I haven't seen it either, so.
Okay, good. So we're caught
Just,
up.
yeah.
Yeah. I heard about the one the week before everybody was talking about. That was kind of
Oh,
crazy.
that was
That's
intense.
what I have to say.
Yes, my elementary, or no, I guess these kids are in middle school, told me about it.
Wow, middle schoolers.
Watch the show. Okay,
Oh.
it's good. Just look at the flowers. Look at the flowers.
Yeah.
It's about the story, guys. The story.
Yeah, I think I saw the beginning of last night's episode, and they just show the zombie running into barbed wire, and my roommate and our friend and I just grossed out because they show the zombie running into it, and he runs into it this way, and then he runs into it that way, and we're just, do they just make up crap for you to just get you? So his face is all smushy and gross along the barbed wire.
And there's like a team of people that sit around and brainstorm on how to make this as
Gory.
icky and gory and bloody as possible.
Some of
Which is
those,
cool.
yeah, some of those deaths are awesome, but some of them are just so gross. So gross.
Yeah. They're weird just sitting there. They're pulling out in the car, and they just run over a zombie head, and it goes flat as they just drive along in the car.
It's gross, but you're like, oh, do it again.
Okay, I'm a big fan of Shaun of the Dead.
Very
So-
good. Very good.
I do have a little zombie background, just not Walking Dead.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's zombies.
makes me feel like I fit in.
Where is your wife at in Walking Dead? Is she all cut up?
Season 3. So
Mm.
she's catching up.
Close.
Oh.
Is
So-
she watching them with you at all?
No, she wasn't into it when I first started watching them, and then we got them on Netflix, and she just started devouring like the whole season. I think it's been like 3 weeks, and she's already gone through 2 seasons.
Nice.
Impressive.
Nice.
Go, wifey.
Yep. So with the time machine, what's it? Do you guys have like an idea of what it's going to look like, bigger on the inside or anything like that, or
You're not going to see it.
not going to see it? Okay.
So it'll be left up to your imagination.
Yes.
You'll hear
Gotcha.
it.
You'll hear it.
We'll talk about it, but you won't.
See, at least for the first season, you won't see it.
Yeah.
So,
But budgetary reasons.
budgetary.
Once we get all,
Turn us into the budget.
Once we're popular.
then we'll have the just most
Yes.
extravagant hopper
Yes.
ever.
Well, it's and we do think about the things about bigger on the inside, and we joke about it. It's like no, ours is smaller on the inside, so you kind of have to. It's like a bad elevator. It's an old elevator that, and if you have a guest, they have to stand here and face you, so it's awkward, and so that's sort of how we mentally think of our
what I'm thinking,
hopper.
yeah.
It's not a comfortable ride. It's
So have you
tough.
guys like scouted out locations and things for? It's got to be pretty tough to do the time period stuff with the locations.
Yes, yes, kind of with some of the period interiors. There's a lot of standing set locations that have just like the right room. And so what we'll do is we'll find the furniture somewhere else, bring it to that room. And when we get that set, and we went down to the beach because, of course, we have to have a
fight in the sand.
Big slashy fight in the sand. And woods.
Woods.
There's
Yeah, we're gonna
some places near and
here by the
abandoned roads and.
Yeah, Kim was great. I was like, well, can I write a piece on a pirate ship? Yeah.
We'll find one.
You can rent that.
We live on the West Coast. They just hang out, down at where's it at?
Disney or something you can borrow for a little bit.
Oh yeah. See, that would
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
yes,
there you go.
So
I'm sure we'll be able to do that.
Hey, Disney.
That's a good idea.
We're friends. We're big fans, Disney.
We're big fans.
Yes.
Help us out.
They're also looking for sponsors as well, so.
Yeah.
Anybody wants a sponsor.
Great. That would be great.
Yeah,
We're looking at you.
Yeah. San Diego has a few ships. And somewhere, I don't know if it's still on the West Coast, is the ship that they actually used in Master and Commander. It's in San Diego. Yeah. So it's actually still down there.
Yeah.
So and that's like turn of the century from 17 to 1800s. So we need it to be kind of older, but we just need a little place on deck. So
something.
We just need a few hours on your deck, and we'll be fine.
And you just throw it out there. See what the universe will just bring back to you.
Yes.
Throw it against the fridge and see what sticks.
Yes, exactly. Tall ship, like spaghetti. Tall ship. There it goes. It's ready.
Fast Kiss Rocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one of our favorite places too.
Yeah, you guys have got all the cool stuff on the West Coast. We got nothing over here.
Yeah.
Need to cover Cali one time.
Yeah, might as well go for it, right? Just put it out there and make it happen. If it's building block by building block, fine, great. We'll do it.
We have, within our group, within our company, we have the know-how, we have the talent, and we just have to get a little funding. Because I've never shot with funding before. This is going to be a blast no matter what. So
it's going to be good.
Reminds me of Jackie Chan when he used to film in Japan, and then he would come over here and everybody was all safe and stuff like that. He loved filming over here because he could get hurt or whatever, and they just keep filming. And here they're kind of worried about that kind of thing with the budgets and the production and everything.
Yeah, well, it was the big one was I think in Rush Hour 2. And he had to climb up this tree into this window, and they made the stunt double do it when the insurance guys were there. But then Jackie actually went and did it.
Of course he did.
Off camera, just, because he could.
Yeah.
And so.
It's Jackie Chan.
I'm Jackie Chan.
Yep.
Who has, I think, broken every bone in his body at least once.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm sure. So with all the sword fighting and everything, is there kind of hard to get insurance on that, or?
Well, I've been researching that, and there is a company now that has finally come to the realization that, yes, people do action. And because we'd rather not lie at any, phase of this. It's like, I don't want to guerrilla shoot. I do want to get permits and, do all that stuff. So we have found a company that has a specific low budget and new media type insurance package where you're actually going to do some sort of action. And we don't have any explosions or anything like that yet.
What?
So season
2. Disney, we're looking at you.
Disney, blow some stuff up. We'll blow the we can blow the ship. We can fly off the ship.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It looks sweet. So. I think that's all I have. Do you guys have anything else, or?
Just thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Yes,
no
this
problem.
is great.
And
Great.
And visit our Indiegogo page. That's again, the
Check
link
it
is
out.
right
Yeah,
here.
I'll be putting them in the on the YouTube channel as well. The link to that, and you can also find them at Pike and Trident on Twitter, and www.facebook.com/Pike and Trident to find their Facebook page.
We're very easy to find.
Yes.
Yes. Pike and Trident all the time.
And we do like to hear from everybody. It's like, what's your favorite fight scene? What's your favorite weapon? Anything you want to share with us. Because then we get this idea. It's like, oh, wait, we can go to this time period and find someone here and do a really cool episode. You never know.
Yeah, so we've been having a lot of fun building up and interacting with people on Facebook and Twitter too, but Facebook has been a little bit more immediate. So it's been fun.
Yeah, I've followed a lot of different web series and things on Facebook and things, and they like create the page and then do nothing with it. But you guys are active on there and posting on there all the time, so definitely check them out.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brett.